Boom, guys, welcome to the real estate boomers. You guys already know, I already told you guys every single Tuesday I'm gonna come here and tell you guys about deals that I'm currently working on, in the middle of working on, that we have on the contract, about to close on. We'll tell you guys how did we find the deal, how are we funding it, what is our exit strategy, how did we choose it. And on this one, on this episode today, we have a seller that died in the middle of the transaction, so we have to pivot. Anyway, please, anybody who's watching, whether it be on YouTube or on Facebook, please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay before I move forward. Like I said, we have a seller that died in the middle of a transaction we're doing, so this one is going to get sticky, so I'm going to break down how we'll be able to navigate this. Thank you for that thumb up so you guys can hear me. This is perfect. So again, happy Tuesday, guys. If you're new to this channel, my name is Mamadou Diallo, full-time serial entrepreneur, real estate investor. Been doing this for about over 3 years now, guys. Owns a bunch of buy and holds creatively. So if you're new into this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out when I put this new content, okay? So let's get into it, guys. We have a seller that passed away in the middle of a transaction we're doing. This is here in Georgia, okay? How did we get this deal? This is a cash deal. This is not a creative finance deal. We got this at such a steep discount. I'm not going to put the address on this show because we obviously haven't closed on it, but I'm going to go through the story of what happened. Why do we have a property under contract? Now we have a seller that passed away. Things are about to get complicated. So here's what happened. We got this through a cold call. So we have one of our cold caller from CallStar. So if you need virtual assistants, we hire through CallStar. Okay, I put the link in my description below so you guys can see that. So we got this lead through a cold call, and then we called this lead and we ended up negotiating a cash deal. This property is worth roughly a little bit over $300,000. We negotiated at $100,000 cash. That's a steep discount. And guess what? We already have as-is offers. We don't even have to flush the toilet. We have one offer close to 160, and another offer actually came in at $232,000. And now, guess what? The issue that we're dealing with this here, number one, is why the seller was selling. So this is through, like I said again, through a cold caller, a virtual assistant from CallStar. If you want to hire, we have through CallStar. The reason the seller was selling is he got diagnosed with a cancer that cannot be cured, right? And so that's the reason he wanted to sell the property. And that's the reason also we were able to negotiate it at such a steep discount. My acquisition manager, Dale, is actually the one that negotiated this deal and put it on a contract. Now, really, like when we negotiated this deal, guys, I was like, this sounds too good to be true. I gotta go meet this seller to make sure that this is the owner, this is legit. I was laughing with my salesperson on the phone. I'm like, man, can you imagine if I drive to the location and I arrive and there is no property at all? Like there's nothing, there's just a piece of dirt, right? But it ended up being a legit seller. Met the seller, fantastic guy. And he's had tenants in this property since 2008. And these tenants have been paying, listen to this. These tenants have been paying, I think, $760 or $680 per month since almost 2008. And this property currently, the rent in this property is over is it 1,400 or 1,500? Way over that. Or is it 2,400? I think it's 2,400. I think it is 2,200, sorry, 2,200. The market rent right now is 2,200. Can you imagine? I repeat, tenants are paying close to $700, but the market rent is $2,200. Do you see the difference? What is the challenge here? The challenge that we're dealing with is this deal was supposed to be a 30-day close, straight cash, as is. What we were looking to do is to take this property, not even clean it, list it right back on the market, and resell it to a retail buyer as is. And sell it very close to $180 or $2,000, which we already had offers over that range, right? Boom. Now the tenants, like this is like sometimes life, like you just gotta run through roadblocks. The problem with these tenants is they've been living there forever, been paying low rent forever. Obviously, no buyers want to keep these tenants in place, so we have to try to find them and help them find a new place. And the seller's main concern was, hey, I know I'm selling it at a steep discount. I'm comfortable with that. I know exactly how much equity I'm leaving in the table. I know what headache you guys are taking over, but I don't want my tenants to be left without a home. That was his main concern. Really great guy. So he really cares about his tenants. So I'm like, you know what? I promise you, we're not gonna take your tenants and put them, and leave them without a home. This is a family. Obviously, we understand that you guys have a relationship. It's been, I don't know, 20 plus years. They're renting your property, so we're gonna help them get the new property. What is the challenge with mostly tenants that have been in properties for a long time and have been paying low rent? Is that most people haven't been working on their credit, so they don't have good credit, even though the family does have the income, but they don't have good credit. And so every home, every rental we're looking to get them in, guess what's happening? They're getting denied because of their credit. So we keep searching, we keep searching. Meanwhile, listen to this, and I'm going to tell you the mistakes we did that we should have made sure we have some things in place to avoid, because we knew that the seller had been diagnosed with cancer. So there's certain precaution we should have took soon as we had it on a contract. But we started looking, obviously taking multiple weeks to find anything. We haven't yet. And we got the news that the seller passed away in the middle of the transaction. This is Georgia. What happens if you have a seller that passed away, guys? The property have to go through probate. Guys, give me a thumb up if you can still hear me. Put a comment, please, for me, and let me know you can still hear me, because I'm wearing my mic. I don't know. I hope the mic is working. But what happens, guys, when the seller passes away, now the property have to go through probate. Here in Georgia, even if the seller has a will, which this one doesn't, that's the first mistake. When we locked him up, knowing full well that this seller is going through cancer, I should have asked him the question when we met in person. Say, hey, do you actually have a will in place? And if he doesn't, contact an attorney, a probate attorney, or an attorney that can help him put that will in place like right away and even pay for it. I didn't ask the question. Why? Because I was so focused. We get distracted, right? On to the next contract. Let's help these tenants get out. Let's find a buyer. So you're so busy getting this deal to the finish line that you miss certain things that are really key to actually get it to the finish line. I could have literally addressed that with the guy, and I would have known he doesn't have a will, so we can address it right there. So he doesn't have a will. That's number one. So we're going to have to handle all of that. So this property now have to go through probate. The second thing is, here in Georgia, even if you have a probate, that probate, even if you have a will, even if the seller have a will and they pass away, you still have to take that will through the probate process. They're going to have to prorate that will. It's technically, the analogy that I give is, it's almost a double scam, right? So first they say, get a will. You go through that process, you pay for the will as a homeowner. And then when you pass away, a probate attorney still have to take your will and go through a judge, and the judge go, oh yes, it is a will. It is not a copy. Yes, it is original. Yes, here is a green stamp. You can go sell your home. So they're double dipping, right? That's the only way I could, make sense of it in my head, right? So even if you have a will, you still gotta go through probate. What is the problem going through probate with these properties? What is the issue here? The issue here is, mind you guys, this is a potential over six-figure deal or very close to it. Okay. The issue here is this: he has one wife and have zero relationship with his kids. The great thing is, he has 3 properties now that he passed away that his wife is looking to let go. The one that we have under contract included. So we might be able to kill 3 birds with 1 stone, which is great. But we have to be able to solve the problem that now we're facing, right? Which is also fantastic. Why? Because we're problem solvers. That's the business we're in. That's how we make money, is we solve problems. Okay? So what's going to happen here is, he has 2 sons that the wife currently has no relationship with, nor the owner had any relationships with. One of them just got out of jail, we just learned. The other one is still in jail for a really long time. What is the issue with the probate process, guys, is typically the probate attorney have to find all the family members that have a say on this property, have them all sign and give authorization that yes, we're selling this home. And what happens is, if you're dealing with a property with multiple family members, typically because the wife, she's full in, like she knows, she's ready to go. She already knew we were working with her husband. She has no problem. She's ready to honor whatever agreement we had. But the sons, we don't know. We don't have any agreement with them. We've never spoken to them. They weren't in the picture. We weren't expecting this. So now the probate attorney have to go in and serve them. Here in Georgia, the probate attorney told me every single person on that has a say, has a right to this property, will have to sign. Not only that, the probate attorney also have to serve them if they refuse to sign. Has to serve them. And if one family member lives in Ohio, the other one lives in Connecticut, the other one lives in Arizona, they all need to be served. And sometimes he goes to the extent to even hire private investigators to track people down just to serve them. Why? Because he has to go in front of a judge in case one of those family members are like, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with the property, but I'm also not signing anything. He has to go in front of a judge and be able to prove that he tried everything to serve this family member, and this family member still didn't comply. And then maybe the judge will go, you know what, you've tried your best, and you guys just go ahead and you can do whatever you want with the property or whatever at that point. So this is what we're dealing with right now. This is the problem that we're gonna have to solve, which I actually, in one way, I love it because these are the most fun deals. Once you close, now you have a story to tell. I mean, right now I have a story to tell. That's the reason I'm sitting here, because of this issue, this roadblock that we ran into. So one, we almost found something for the tenants. That's the great news. Bad news is this seller passed away, a wonderful person. May his soul rest in peace. Third issue is we just learned he has two sons out of the blue. One is in jail. The other one is outside of jail. So what are these sons going to do? Are they going to honor that their dad was not gonna he didn't have a relationship with them anyway. Now I know why, is obviously. But are they just gonna be like, hey, we just want like $5,000 and call it a day? Are they not gonna want to do anything to do with the property because they didn't have a relationship with their dad in the first place? And how long is the probate gonna take? Guys, typically when you're working on a probate lead, which by the way, probate leads are part of the best and highest best motivated sellers and highest checks in real estate if you can get these deals. Probates, tax liens, pre-foreclosures, man, they're sweet if you can get them. Okay. Divorce list, right? So with that being said, guys, we're gonna try our best to get this deal to the finish line, deal with all these problems, solve this puzzle, and come back to you in another episode and say, hey, we did, because I promise you, I do believe we'll get this to the finish line. Yes, I believe it. I'm manifesting it. We're gonna close on it, solve the problem. Everybody's gonna be happy, but it's gonna take some time. So when you're dealing with probates, guys, depending if there is a will or no will, it can take all the way from 90 days. Some of them can take way longer if you have a lot of family members involved, a lot of different parties that need to sign, a lot of different parties that need to be tracked down and brought to the closing. Like, it can get really sticky. But guess what? This is the game we signed up for, so we're gonna play. That's how we get paid. We solve problems, guys. Okay. So let me know, guys, what your takeaway is on this. I hope you learned one thing or two, and then look out for it. So every single Tuesday, like I said, I come on here. On this episode, I call this the deal BOOMerz, right? Okay, guys, just today alone, guys, we lined up two closings this Friday. Today, this morning, I'm still in my gym clothes, literally. I haven't even got a chance to take a shower. I raised over $50,000 today for Friday for deals that we're closing on. We have a lot of others coming. Built a great relationship today with a private lender that is willing to fund so many deals. It's like, how's your day been? How's your week goals, your weekly goals? Are you killing them? I hope you are. So guys, please leave a comment below. Let me know what your takeaway is from this video. If you have any value from it, leave a comment, smash that notification bell so you don't miss out when I put out new content to help you in your real estate journey. And remember, every single Tuesday, I'll be back on here on the Deal BOOMerz episode. I'm gonna keep this series going. This is where I come and I sit down and I break down deals we're currently working on under contract, and either break down how we're about to close on it. I did it already last week. If you missed that episode, go back and watch it. I'm actually closing on that deal this Friday, okay? And then tell you future deals that we're also working on. So don't miss out on that every single Tuesday. Look out for it. So hit that notification bell. I hope you're crushing your week. Stay bold and be bold. Until next time, guys. Peace. I just got a comment. Oh, you so man, Alex, I appreciate you, man. I need to DM you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Always here, showing support. I appreciate you. I hope we're doing a deal soon together, man. You're always here showing support. Really, really appreciate you. Let me know I can add value to you, Alex. I appreciate you. I see you. I appreciate you. All right, guys. Take care. Go crush your goals. Stop making the excuses. Nobody cares. Take action. I repeat, nobody cares. Today, I read. Actually, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I read a really great passage in the Bible. Now I'm a Muslim, but I've studied both the Bible and the Quran. But this is in Matthew 17:20, and he says, if you have faith, even if it's as a little as even if it's as a little as an iota of a rice, right? If you really have faith, if you truly have faith, you can tell a mountain to move from here to there, and the mountain will move. If you really believe it, right? And he says, for you, anything is possible. All right, guys. So make sure you believe in your goals. Make sure you put action and belief together, and boom, you can make anything happen. All right. Until next time, guys, stay bold and be bold. I'll see you on the next show. Peace.